Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am doing a reading, and I have to tell you that over the weekend, I felt a lot of really emotionally charged energy coming through for some of the collective, and I'm hearing the word transmutation. I'm hearing that if you've been feeling this as well, you are transmuting something very dense, meaning that you are feeling some kind of very deeply entrenched pattern or dynamic that may not even be coming from yourself necessarily. This could be something that you are transmuting for a family line, for I wanted to say a twin flame, so you could be a twin flame, and this is something that your divine counterpart is feeling, and you are assisting in that transmutation process. This could also be something you are moving or shifting for the collective as well. So do feel free to let me know in the comments under this video if you've been feeling any type of way recently. So right away, we have the Rest and Rejuvenation card. And in connection to this, we have the crown chakra. I'm getting that the number 41 or 14 could be a significant number to someone. For some reason, I heard lucky. I don't know if that's some animal name or a person's name, or how someone might just be moving into a very lucky space, or when people around you look at you or your life, they are going to think that you are very lucky. I'm seeing the symbolism of a four-leafed clover here as well. But with this rest and rejuvenation reversed, this feels like something happening energetically and spiritually while someone is asleep. So what is happening to someone energetically while they are sleeping? Okay, so someone is getting some kind of an intuitive download while they are asleep. Actually, what I heard for a divine feminine listening is this intuitive download for a masculine is causing him to dream about you. So if you're a divine feminine listening and intuitively you felt some type of energy on you, so you may have felt a bit of a dip in your mood without knowing why. You may have been feeling a little energetically or emotionally chaotic and not really able to attach it to a particular trigger in your physical world. I'm getting that there may be a masculine here who has been heavily thinking about you, but also specifically dreaming of you and receiving some kind of intuitive download about this connection or about you through his dreams. I have to say that for someone listening, I don't know who this masculine is, and I feel this portion of the message may only apply to a small group of people. So as I always say, only take from these readings what connects with you personally. But I have to say this masculine seems to potentially be in a relationship or a situation with someone else, whoever I'm picking up on here. Yeah, I just got a wave of chills. I'm seeing red hair, so that might connect for someone listening. I feel like this masculine may be doing some comparing. So for whoever I'm speaking to, again, this might just be a group of people, but it feels like there's a masculine who may be connected with a different feminine energy. And I hear him saying shallow, like it just feels so shallow. And there are those goosebumps again. There's a lot of very emotionally charged energy that this masculine is feeling as he is thinking about you within this situation. But the thing is, I feel this person also being very silent. They don't seem to be reaching out. We have the card Free Yourself, but it's in the reverse position. And this card has a unicorn on it. And I almost see this masculine saying, "You are my unicorn," to the divine feminine listening here. It's as though he sees you as this almost unreal, beautiful, goddess-like being. I'm hearing unattainable. So he might be feeling really disconnected from you or your life, or almost feeling as though you are like this unattainable ideal for him that no one else here can live up to. And there is pain associated with that thought right now for this masculine. There is a feeling of, I'm trapped in the emotions that I have for you and no one else can compare. Because with the Free Yourself card reversed, it's like this masculine is trapped in something. And I see this feeling of entrapment coming from two angles. One angle is he's feeling trapped in his own feelings for you, divine feminine, feeling like, I'm trapped and I don't mind. It's like not a negative feeling associated with being entrapped in these emotions. It's almost dreamlike. It's, again, that word dream coming out. I definitely feel that he may be having dreams about you. I'm getting a very nostalgic vibe from this person. Now, this could be a soul connection, a twin flame, a karmic. I'm not picking up on any specific soul connection, meaning it could be different depending on who you are listening. And again, I feel this will only connect with a few people, so only take this if it does resonate. But I also feel that the other way that this masculine is feeling trapped is much more 3D. So he's actually feeling trapped in some kind of situation or connection because why is this masculine feeling trapped? Let's just ask directly. Oh, okay. So we have the conflict card in the reverse position. So I feel that this masculine and this other person have been fighting recently, getting into arguments. It feels like something about their connection to each other is highly karmic. I feel that whatever masculine I'm picking up on here is in some karmic connection or situation. And I'm hearing exhausted, like he's almost just, it feels not worth fighting for to him. He's almost just tired of the fighting, tired of continuing to, honestly, I just keep getting this apathetic vibe. I was going to say continuing to make things work, but it doesn't really feel like this masculine is putting much effort into this karmic situation or relationship, but remaining very stuck in it. Yeah, it gets to be feeling as though he just wants to let go, wants to release this. But I feel that when there are these arguments and these conflicts with this karmic, this masculine immediately thinks and cross compares to you, even if you didn't have a connection or a relationship in the 3D. And even if you haven't seen or spoken to each other in a long time, I don't really feel like it matters because something about your bond is very, very timeless. So a card came out here. And this card is the Seven of Pentacles. And it was kind of in the midway position. So when this card is upright, it can speak to someone who's committed and dedicated and wanting to work hard. But I feel as though this masculine is feeling like he isn't sure he wants to work hard at this other karmic connection. He isn't sure whether he wants to fully commit to this person or within this situation. I'm getting the vibe. I'm hearing pushy. So they may be very pushy in the sense that they are trying to get him to commit, get him to move forward in some way. And I sense that energetically and emotionally, he's been dragging his feet about this. And although he seems to be very closed off in 3D when it comes to expressing the feelings he's been having, we have the card cracked open. rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. I feel like this masculine is feeling heavily emotional, almost as though he himself is being cracked open. But I'm also getting the word torn, like he's torn between different things. And this may be torn between feelings that he has for a divine feminine here that feel very impossible, that feel somehow as though she is unattainable. Whereas at the same time, I'm hearing a much more logical connection with this other karmic feminine. In fact, I'm getting that this karmic feminine may have a family of similar status to him or in a similar location. Their families may actually be friends with each other here. But this masculine is coming up as the Fool card reversed. He has a lot of fear here, fear of the unknown when it comes to moving forward with this person and what that will bring. I'm getting that he's feeling pretty reckless and impulsive at this moment in time. I wouldn't be surprised if this masculine did end up reaching out on an impulse. And in fact, if he hasn't reached out, I sense he's gotten very, very close to reaching out to you, Divine Feminine. And this may be very confusing because you are someone who is very intuitive. So you have been really picking up on his energy, picking up on the fact that he's been so close to reaching out to you. I see him literally picking up his phone and going to your contact or your social media or however you might communicate, and then changing his mind. So essentially, even though I sense this masculine may be more 3D oriented than you, Divine Feminine, he may not be into this esoteric spirituality type of information. And yet unconsciously, he is essentially manifesting you to contact him, because whenever he goes to reach for his phone and almost reaches out to you, you are feeling this, you are picking up on this, and this is creating this pull on your energetic field that almost makes you, Divine Feminine, want to reach out to him. I'm hearing to check in or ask how he's doing. With 10 of Swords in the upright position, it feels like there's been, either within this masculine's own mind or to his friends, he may be complaining about this dynamic that he has with this karmic feminine. And yet, what is keeping him here is fear. There is fear of the unknown if he were to take a risk here. There is fear also, I'm hearing fear of judgment. Yeah, fear of judgment if he were to fully walk away, with walk away in the upright position and journey reversed. And at the same time, something about the connection he has to this feminine feels very logical. And with financial constraints upright, this masculine, although he's being energetically and emotionally cracked open at this time, I feel this cracking open may even be some kind of awakening beginning to take place within him. I heard the name David for someone. I was also hearing the names Sarah and Hannah earlier as well. But as I always say, with these very specific names, absolutely only take what connects with you personally, because many different names, details, things of that nature do come through the reading. But I'm feeling as though this masculine has a very traditional mindset or traditional life in some respects. He might come from a traditional family. That word tradition is just coming out really strongly. I'm seeing someone who is planting flowers or weeding a flower bed or something along those lines. And I feel with this masculine, he has followed in the footsteps, I wanted to say, of his father. So he might be following a close path to his parents or literally his father. And yet there is the feeling of living in the shadow of others and living in the shadow of the traditions that are being passed down to him, and never truly developing an identity fully as his own person. And these are the fears that are coming up within him. But what is cracking him open emotionally is an experience he can't forget. And that is the experience of touching your energy, Divine Feminine. Now, I don't know how this touching of energy happened. Maybe this is someone that you spoke to, that you met. Maybe this masculine is someone who was in your presence, who saw you, who connected with you. But there's something very rare and unforgettable about you, Divine Feminine. And that is really what I want to get into in the second portion of this reading. Why it is that you've cracked open this masculine. What is going on with your energy that is causing this to happen? Because I feel that it's the powerful energy around you, whether you realize it or not, that has actually impacted the masculine that we are connecting with today in this way. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be diving deeper into this very complex dynamic with this masculine coming through. I'll be diving into what he is experiencing with this feminine energy at this time, as well as potentially with his family, his relationship to the traditions that he's been born and raised into that may be presenting some fear when it comes to really following his own path and developing his own identity. And we will also be channeling information about how this masculine is thinking and feeling about you at this time, Divine Feminine, particularly through these dream states. So the link to all of those extended messages for those of you connecting with that is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. Sorry guys, I paused it there for a second. I know that there was some loud noise coming through there. That's just because they're doing some lawn maintenance around my apartment. But also, I really don't believe in coincidences or accidents. So I'm taking this as a sign of confirmation of the loudness of the thoughts and emotions that this masculine is having. And also, just like those noises can be very chaotic, I feel that I'm hearing my mind is a jungle. That's how this masculine is feeling. He feels like he's getting really trapped in his own head, and also that his feelings are really chaotic, or his feelings towards you, Divine Feminine, are creating a lot of chaos in his life because of how he feels back towards you, and really regardless, because I'm not yet picking up, Divine Feminine, on how you feel about this masculine. It could be different from person to person. For some of you, you could be entirely apathetic towards this person. This person could be a memory from your past, or this could be someone that you do feel strongly about. But it really doesn't matter from the perspective of this masculine. These feelings are equally strong, no matter how you, Divine Feminine, may or may not be reciprocating them. So let's see what card came out here. Of course. Okay, so we have the Devil card, and this kind of came out on the midway position between the upright and reversed. So when this card is reversed, it can speak to really being freed from bondage, breaking change, but at the same time, feeling a sense of dependency and instability. And I am picking up whatever Divine Feminine I'm channeling here. You have this kind of effect on people where you have this devil reversed kind of energy, which I know sounds really negative, but I'm hearing make it or break it. It's like when people meet you or connect with you, you profoundly awaken them. You shake up their energy. When they meet you, it's going to be like an earthquake experience, even if it's someone who is a friend, even if it's a lover for a very brief period of time. These people become very often dependent on your energy, because again, the devil reverse can indicate a dependency, and I'm hearing codependency. And what I'm getting is what happens is your energy touches them, and because you carry this very high vibrational frequency, which is really this unconditional love, this frequency of love that you are cultivating inward and outwardly. I'm hearing pure heart, that you have a very pure heart and a pure soul kind of energy. And what happens is it's almost like this beautiful, like whirlwind of intense energy around you that's very high vibrational. And when someone gets close to that whirlwind, their world gets shaken up. Everything they've been trying to hold on to as a mask, everything that they've been buying into as an illusion begins to come to the surface of their conscious mind from their subconscious, from those deeper levels of their energy field to be addressed. And sometimes this causes these others that you connect with to temporarily run away or disconnect if they aren't ready for that kind of very intense experience. But even if they do run away and disconnect, they are never able to forget you. And at times, if they aren't willing to become fully conscious within themselves and fully awakened to really take accountability for their own awakening process after meeting you, what happens is they can become dependent on your energy to assist them in making these shifts and changes within themselves and their life, in raising their frequency. And this can create a kind of codependent dynamic, because I'm getting that this does happen frequently, not just romantically, but platonically for you, Divine Feminine, where these others, particularly masculines, I'm picking up on, but these others in your life become codependent on the effect. They become addicted to the effect that your energy has on them. Yeah, because with the Queen of Cups, you are this Queen of Cups energy. You are someone who is, for some reason, I wanted to say a witch. So this masculine might not be very into spirituality, but if he knows that you are into tarot or crystals or those types of things, manifestation, this masculine might think of you as a witch or refer to you in that way, even regardless of whether you would label yourself with that particular term. But it's funny because he is simultaneously a little bit afraid of you, because he subconsciously senses this very powerful energy around you. But at the same time, he's drawn to you, gravitated towards you, like in awe of this seeming power that you seem to hold. And I feel that you, Divine Feminine, often have this kind of effect on people. I'm hearing mothering. So I feel like you have a very nurturing energy to you, but the pitfall that you fall into is these masculines who, again, as friends or romantically or whatever, if they don't want to take accountability for themselves, their own energy, their own vibration, then what happens is they become dependent on you for this impact that you have on essentially just being connected with you energetically, causes others who are connected to experience positive shifts, changes, to naturally evolve and expand. But the problem is, if they never take accountability for themselves, they begin to become a drain on your own energy field. I'm hearing an energy vampire, regardless of whether that was their intention or not. Because anyone who you assist, who becomes connected to you, who doesn't want to take accountability for themselves at some point, then becomes draining on your energy field. And so I see someone withdrawing into like a cave. This could be literal for someone, but for most, I'm getting this is metaphoric, where when this happens and someone who is connected to you, Divine Feminine, isn't ever willing to take accountability for their own energy, you might find yourself having to just withdraw yourself. For some reason, I heard ghost them or withdraw or pull away. And this is because you understand at a deep spiritual level that you are here to shake things up. You are here to help people break those chains of bondage within themselves, to help them awaken, to be that spark, but you can't keep their fire burning. They have to tend to that fire within themselves. And when they ask of you unconsciously, energetically, to feed them constant care and energy, to assist them along this process, you unconsciously recognize that's not your job, and you might find yourself needing to pull away. So this is really interesting. I didn't expect any of this information to come up. I know some of you who didn't connect with the beginning of the reading may be resonating with this portion of the reading, regardless of whether that particular masculine was resonating for you or not. So in the extended version of the reading, we're going to go deeper into the effect that you have, Divine Feminine, on these masculines who come into your life, because this feels like a very, very fascinating energy exchange, essentially, that takes place between you and these others in your life. And any other spirit guide messages that want to come through as well will also be in the extended. So of course, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. But for now, I am going to close this YouTube reading with one final Rumi Oracle card before we head over to the extended. So what is one final message? And a card just really flew across the floor. And this is a new gown. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook here as well. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. Wow, what a synchronicity. Because I said earlier, the masculine coming through at the beginning of the reading absolutely seemed to be dreaming about you, Divine Feminine. And now here we have this poem about someone dreaming of a person that they love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one." Wow, I have to tell you, a little download just came in as I was reading that. Part of why this masculine is dreaming of you is actually because unconsciously his spirit is connecting in the higher realms with yours, Divine Feminine, because he's still seeking this uplifting effect that you have had on his energy in the physical world in the past whenever you've interacted or connected. So it's almost like in your absence in 3D or in a lessening of being connected in 3D, he is seeking you in the spirit realm at night, because even just connecting with you ethereally, energetically, he feels this uplift in his energy. So I'm going to continue reading here. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand." And the guidebook also says, "This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of self and divine destiny is about to be revealed and realized in a more potent way than ever before. You must allow it. You are stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. You are worth so much more. You are tapping into your inner dignity, and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going." And I felt that that closing message was really for a Divine Feminine listening who may be experiencing some of these dynamics that have been coming through. And I do recognize that today's message was a bit more hyper-specific than I usually channel, especially during these Monday, Wednesday, Friday readings. But I just felt this dynamic, and particularly this masculine energy and this experience that I feel some divine feminines have had energetically connecting with masculines in their life. All of this has really been coming to the surface of my mind recently, has been a really strong download. So I know that there is a group out there who needed this message today. And if that is the case, I really hope this video reached you. If anything here did connect with you, I would love for you to leave me a comment under the video and let me know. Also, I do invite you to subscribe and join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. If you would now like to head over with me to the extended reading for more details and pieces of information about the dynamic playing out with this masculine that some of you might be feeling this connection to, as well as information about the effect generally that your energy, divine feminine, has on these others who come into your life, more details and information on that are in the Patreon reading. So if you would like to join our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon, all of the information on that is under the video. Otherwise, I am wishing you a beautiful start to your week. I am sending so much love to all of you, and I will talk to you again in Wednesday's reading.